What's up, guys? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again. Finally wrapping up Hololive, thank God. Um, Today we're doing Generation 5, joined by Brian, Carmen, and Tanner.
What's up, what's up?
Hello.
I'm here.
Yeah, that last video took quite a while, so let's just jump right into it. Is it a brainstormer? No, it's not, thank God. When you play this, Nene, is that her name?
Nene, yeah.
Nene, yeah.
Nene? Yeah, when you play Nene from your hand to the stage, you can pay one, ditch one, and look at 3 cards from top of your deck. Choose one of them, put them into your hand, the rest go to the bottom, or into the waiting room. And on reverse, this just goes to memory for free. That's pretty nice.
One of the playable memory cards.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmo that goes to memory. Could be a lot worse.
Cosmos are like perfectly playable.
That's a fine profile, yeah.
On their own. The fact that this just goes to memory for free, I think like this is actually really good. This is in the trial deck too.
Yeah, Gen 5's theme is memory. So you have to hit a certain threshold of memory. This card is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Is there
give
anything
it
else that goes to memory for free that's like a better card than this?
There's a couple good memory cards.
They have a Ramorous.
Rammers, yeah.
There's a Ramorous and a Boton that I think are both better than this, but
Because Ramorous, you can always put something in memory. You don't.
Right.
There's like not a condition, but like this is just free.
it is costless, which is nice. I'm not a fan of Cosmo profiles, but that's just me. I have sworn off them.
I don't know. I think I'll definitely give it a try though. Just anything that just goes to free memory for free on reverse and does anything remotely useful. That's like a slam dunk in my opinion.
You do probably have to play it if you're trying to make the memory stuff work anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not making memory work, it's just free memory.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're incidentally playing it, it is a Cosmo that just leaves the board and goes to memory and compresses you incidentally. So it could definitely be worse.
All right, moving on.
All right, we've got this level 0 Nene. She has Act, Rest this. Choose one of your Hololive characters. It gets 2,500 power for the turn. More power pump should you need it. It is repeatable on board. So I guess if you're playing standby or playing an on reverse combo and you need to hit over lanes, this is a card that you can play to help do that.
I think the Choco support's just better because that's also a climax support. That one gives 2k with an experience requirement, but like, how often do you need to pump 25 at 0?
Talk about a good clean cut target.
That's a fine clean cut target, yeah.
Any utility card's a good clean target though.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. It is a lot of power, but I think the Choco that does 2k is just better. Level 0 Polka. On play, look at top. Either leave it there or put it in the waiting room. So spell top, and then it's the level 0 bomb. Boring.
Yeah, very boring.
1500 bomb. Gross. Like this better if it had less power. Well, no, it's not even a zone bomb. It doesn't even matter.
It's just a reverse
Doesn't even
bomb,
matter, yeah.
Yeah, at least it scries.
All right, Tanner.
All right. 2,500 polka. If you have 2 or fewer stock, it gets 1,500 power. So it's 4K, 2 or fewer. Right. There's other. I like the Futaba better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are.
I wanted a 4K.
You need a 4K
you need
over
red.
It's fine. Yeah,
There's the
it's
IMA. 4K as well. That's red.
Yeah, we did talk many colors ago, if I remember correctly, that there's not a lot of good red splash in this set, so this is okay in that regard.
This is probably the better one than the Yame was the one they could pay 2 stock and.
Yeah, it's just like a 4K.
This is just like your opponent can't really fuck with you on this one, so it's probably a little bit better.
You control it. All right. Back to the top.
Cool. All right, my girl Polka. During your turn, for each of your other Hololive characters, you get 500 power. And when you attack, you look at 2 cards, put them on top of your deck in any order. I love those words. Think I'd rather just like play my Corone runners though and call it a day.
Yeah, I don't think you need this.
Yeah, this card doesn't hold power on your opponent's turn. It's a 4K. It just dies when it attacks. You can
Actually, I like top 2 rearrange, but during the combat steps, kind of like I don't like it as much there. Like I look at this and I think I'd rather have it be something like the cards where you look at the top 2 and then you put one on top, put the other in the waiting room.
Yeah, where you choose your trigger.
Having to put both on top is maybe a little awkward, but I guess this could maybe be better for you in a sense.
You could leave another clean trigger, move a climax down one so that you trigger it.
Yeah. So like if you swing with this third, then you can actually like
you can set the
try
climax.
to stack a climax.
Best time is second if you don't
Cancel.
trigger on first attack, right? Because like if you see a climax, you move it down one, you trigger on last attack. It's easy to pay out. You get the benefit of the
You get
trigger.
the boss off it. Yeah, if you do happen to attack with this last, you can, and you don't.
Hold up.
And you're in a
You
position
can
where-
actually you can just make sure you trigger completely clean. You play like a Corone runner or some other top 2 check effect. You see 2 clean on top, you go to attacks.
You attack with this
The
last.
third lane's always going to be blind, but this lets you actually manipulate that third attack.
I guess. I don't know.
I might talk myself into this one.
A lot of opportunity
interesting.
cost of playing cards that do
Yeah.
nothing else just to trigger clean.
It's just a 6K most of the time.
Well, utility level 1, right? Like
Sure.
an on K6 turn 6K attacker.
The Ramorous is the same color.
Yeah, I think if because you are
Ramorous
playing
is pretty good.
you are playing Gen 5, so you want to hit your memory condition, or even I'd probably rather if I'm in yellow play like the Coco Twin Drive or something over this card.
This costs 0. You can Ramorous this out.
You can.
It's true.
And then it goes to memory. That is pretty dank. All right, next. Brian.
105K Nene. When this card attacks, choose one of your other Hololive characters. That character gains X power for the turn, and X is 500 power times the number of your other Hololive characters. So it gives something 2K. It is a Shimakai.
All you need to know.
It's yep. It's a Shimakai.
It does the thing.
It does the Shimakai.
If you need the thing, you have the thing.
There's a lot of on attack power in this.
Yeah, it's like whatever color you need, whatever you want it, they got it. All right, next 2/1 Nene Beam. When this attacks, gains 1,000 power. X is equal 1,000 times your other Hololive characters. And then during the turn this front attack, you can pay 1, sack this, and if you do, you choose this 3/2 Boton and you put it in the slot this one it's in. What does the Boton do? Nothing.
It does something funny. I don't remember.
The Boton, yeah.
It doesn't
I
heal
know.
or anything, so it gives global power. Front row.
That's
Level 315 global power.
That's not the 2/2. Okay, I thought that was the 2/2 Boton.
No, it's not. They look very similar. You'd be forgiven. It's better than the other TD 10/5s, I guess. It changes into a card that buffs your field that also has an off finisher effect on it.
I could see it in maybe like some sort of standby deck.
Oh wait, this fucking this Boton, its other effect is on play. That's kind of poopy.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
No, it comes.
Oh, it comes from hand. It comes from
changes
hand.
from hand. Yeah.
So wait, you get to do that during your opponent's combat step?
During the turn when this is front attacked, you put the
Choose
Boton
up to 3 cards in your opponent's waiting room, shuffle them back. You could screw over your opponent's refresh or something funny.
That's weird. Yeah. That's interesting timing.
It's funny.
You have to discard 2 cards to do that. That's kind of
Cringe, yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's a way to like get climaxes out of your hand or something. And
I think it's funny, but I don't think it's good. All
right, so check it out. That's the more niche effect. You're probably not going to do that one. But I could see like maybe some sort of standby deck. Because running this, because the Boton's like not a bad standby target, just to like incidentally hit a standby and just slap that in your front row to give everything power. And then you can like threaten a second one from hand by just like playing this 2/1 and attacking. This still swings pretty big, but
during the turn, this is front attacked at the start of your encore step. So you get it for your next turn, basically, but you have to have it in hand already. So if you stand by it out, you have to already have this Boton ready to go in hand.
So you're not really screwing over the refresh too much, actually.
No, it's the start of the encore step. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny, but it's probably not very good. Unfortunate.
Mm.
All right, let me move on here. Is this Tanner? Go ahead.
That'd be Tanner, yeah.
All right, 3/2 polka. When this is placed from hand to stage, heal to waiting room, and climax combo. If you have the door, pay 1. When this attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a level 0, deal 3 damage to your opponent. Otherwise, deal 1 damage.
Okay, deal 3 is a good rate. We have many ways to top check our deck. Before Andy says it, I'll say it first. Even during the combat step, we have ways to check our deck.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that is the idea. You get pay 1, burn 3, which is pretty good. Pay 1, burn 3 on a heal on a door is pretty decent. If you can set that up. Otherwise, it's costed Trouble Girl, which is kind of bad.
It's still damage, but yeah, it's
Not good.
It's fine.
It is a very vanilla climax combo. I agree with Brian. I think it's right there. It's not unplayable.
Pay 1, burn 3 on attack?
If you can set it.
Yeah, if you can set it, which means it's pay 1, ditch 1.
Yeah, I mean, I've played with this combo before. It's the Clanad finisher from Key Anniversary.
Oh wait, it is. It literally is, huh?
Clanad doesn't have a lot of ways to set their top cards, so you're just swinging the combo blind a lot of the time, and it does feel kind of bad. There definitely have been a lot more top check cards in Hololive to maybe help set it, but I'm not a huge fan of the profile.
Every extra card you have to play to facilitate the burn 3 means it's a pay 1, ditch 1, which is still a decent rate, but like, then that's a specific card you need to play. Mm-hmm. Unless your whole deck is built around top checking. Or something.
Sounds like I might be trying this card out.
I was about to say it sounds like an Andy deck, but
this card come in SP? This would be a beaut of an SP.
It does.
It does. It should, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it. That's like that's a super efficient, right?
Wait,
Skills,
is this the SP?
Condor.
It doesn't have hand-drawn art?
No.
All the other ones have hand-drawn art.
None of the Gen 5s do.
Wow, fucking shafted.
Got screwed over, yeah.
They're too new.
Wow, whatever. Alright. This card's...
No, that's good art.
What
Whose card is this?
How is this?
It should be Andy.
Alright, Andy, you got Boton on the...
Boton on a tricycle. If you have 2 or more other Hololive characters, your other Lamy Yukihana in charge of blue and Polka Omaru in charge of red get 1,000 power. And this is the rest self 5 brainstorm to draw a card.
That's good art for the brainstorm.
That's the best art.
So yeah,
that's the best art.
What's the lore on this?
I don't remember this. I do remember them all being on tricycles for some reason in one of the little skits. Tanner, do you remember?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember this one for the life of me right now. And
yeah, but
really
it's really funny.
Someone
art.
in the comments should
link the
tricycle stream.
Whichever skit had the tricycle in it.
Look at her; she looks miserable.
It's called Grown Ups on Tricycles.
Okay.
Came out 9 months ago.
These are all fine. You play them in the decks where they do the thing. Like.
Plus for funny art.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, next.
Should be
Yeah,
me.
go ahead.
When your opponent plays a climax, you can pop this card to stock. It's a Lamy, by the way. And this card ditch bonds to the vanilla Boton level 1 and the polka finisher that we just looked at.
At least it goes to stock, I guess.
It's, yeah.
TD only.
Sure.
If you're running the
B+
polka
for go to
finisher,
stock.
maybe.
Maybe.
I would rather just play a normal drop salvage. I don't know. Their drop salvage is really good. The red one, the Choco, like an optional mill 3 and drop salvage. I don't know. Just a bond to only your combo seems kind of whatever.
But stock for free.
It is stock for free sometimes. Unlike the Watsume, your opponent will slam a climax eventually. Hopefully, maybe not. All right, next.
This is good art too.
Yeah, this is also good art. She just has a gun. Oh, it's my card. Perfect. They knew. This is placed from the stage to the waiting room. You can pay one, put a Hololive character from your waiting room at the bottom of your clock. If you do, look it up to 3 cards on the top of your deck, search for up to 1 character among them. Put it in your hand, put the rest in the waiting room. Wow, it's literally worse than the Aqua. It's just worse. It just only takes 1 instead of 2.
Well, this looks at up to 3 cards.
It can only take
instead of
characters.
2.
It only takes characters, but the Aqua can +2. This is only +1.
This is slightly more selectivity.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Brian.
You get to look at 3 instead of 2.
Dude, it's slightly more deck speed. I wouldn't call it selectivity.
3's a bigger number.
3 is a bigger number.
3 is bigger than 2, but it's like...
Well, the
it's
Aqua's also a
slightly
+0.
more selective, but it's slim pickings at that point.
Yeah.
No.
The Aqua's also a 3,500 in the center. Like, come on. But like
Yeah.
this card on its own is probably fine.
Yeah, it's like
G for gun. No, it's okay. It's like
yeah.
just a shitty clock plus. Sometimes you got to play these. You don't have to play it in Hololive, but it is in a trial deck. Interesting.
You really need that blue fix.
Well, the Aqua's also blue.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Play the other one.
All right. Tanner.
All right.
Oh wait, this is vanilla. It's a vanilla
Yeah, I was
counter.
gonna say vanilla
Next one.
counter.
All right, you get the next one. Combo.
All right. 1-0 Lamy Pants combo. When this is placed from hand to stage, it gains X power, where X equals to 500 times the number of your Hololive characters. And its combo is when your opponent becomes reversed. It gets the falling ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this is front attack, you may choose one of your other characters and this and return them to hand.
Like fucking who's her name from Bunny Girl?
It's Koga, yeah.
It's Koga. I guess if there are things that you actually want to recur with Koga, it's good. Like recurring Ramorous would be kind of sick, right?
That could be interesting, yeah.
Bouncing a Ramorous back to your hand, like you play one of this, a Ramorous, and some other card, and then
pull a thing out with the Ramorous, yeah.
you pull the Ramorous, like the thing with the Ramorous goes away. You bounce this and the Ramorous back, and you have like a pseudo infinite value engine, provided they keep attacking and you keep drawing climax.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's like. And, like, the Ramorous kind of fuels the power of the Lamy if you play the Lamy last, because it fills your field. I feel like that's the intent, right? That has to be the intent of this card.
Probably.
Um,
With that play pattern in mind, the card's probably fine.
I don't like these combos, though, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better than average. But you got to have some good on-play effect you're abusing. Ramorous might be good enough.
I guess, but is that like
No.
worth actually giving up a level 1 combo?
Probably not.
Probably
but-
not. Not with how good these combos are in the set. The Lamy...
Like, I mean, maybe we should elaborate a little bit, right? Because we like talk up the Megamine Oboro a lot, and Oboro combos in
Well,
general. I feel
This needs to get a reverse first, which is the big problem.
Mhm.
And I think it's like compared to the Oboros too. Like your opponent can kind of play around it too.
Yeah.
Like by attacking like your other lane first, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess you get to pop if they reverse it, you get to pop the card back to your hand. But it's like the fact that you're forced to do 2 isn't always
Yeah, it's not always
great.
What's optional? You may choose one.
Sure.
I
yeah,
guess
no.
one of your. Well, do you have to? Is it you may choose this and another card, or you may?
You may choose one of your others and this, so it's either none or both. So I guess you're right. It isn't really optional,
Yeah.
unless I can't really read. So
I think that's
if
how
someone
it's
has better-
worded. Yeah. If you bounce
It's
them, you
tough.
have to bounce both.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point. The Lamy gets power on play, so you want her back in your hand anyway. All right, we can move on here.
Yeah.
Boton Vanilla, kind of whatever.
Is that a Ruby card?
Kind of looks like one. It looks better than a Ruby card.
Poor Ruby.
Shots fired. Who is this?
That's Lamy.
Lamy.
No, I mean, who?
I think I'm rating it.
Yeah, Andy's card.
Oh,
That's what
oh,
it is.
okay,
I know
okay.
it's Lamy. She's a drunk like me. I know Lamy.
Lamy beckoning for you to come. All your characters in front of her get 500 power times the level of that character. Rest this. Look at top two. Your deck. Put them in any order.
Top 2 rearrange what?
Holy shit,
Whoa,
is this
there's
the
one
same
in
thing
yellow
as,
and there's one in blue. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's the
Whoa,
same
whoa, whoa, whoa,
card.
whoa,
It's the same
whoa.
exact card, right?
The other one, I think, was also a level assist. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the exact
literally
same
the exact
thing,
same
but
card.
in blue.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
I forget what I gave the other one. Probably that. Hey, but
Ryan
it goes good with the polka finisher.
does.
hmm
Ryan next.
Is this my card?
Yeah.
Level 3 Boton. If this card is in your front row, all of your Hololive characters, including itself, gain 1500 power. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can ditch 2 cards. If you do, choose 3 cards in your opponent's waiting room and return them to your opponent's deck. And your opponent shuffles. It's
Wow.
kind of whatever. I guess it's like standby targety.
That
Gives the
kinda
level
sucks.
1500. Yeah, it's not
Kinda
great.
sucks. Kinda sucks.
Not a huge fan of that one.
All right. Event. Last card in the TD. 1-0. Backup. Choose a 5th gen character in your waiting room. Return it to your hand. Discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. Choose one of your 5th gen characters and it gains the following ability to the end of the turn. When it's placed in a stage of waiting room, you can put it rest in the slot this was in and you save it.
It's a backup event, so you can
Yeah, it's a
save things during your opponent's turn.
or make the things that you crash come back to life.
Wow, it's like hand on coring your
But
hand
ahead
on
of time.
cards.
This is just like a straight. Well, no, it's not a neg one if you save a card, right? It goes even.
It's like gear.
It's a costless drop salvage that it is gear-esque.
Kind of.
It's a
yeah.
costless drop salvage that saves your character. But it can only
All right,
take
now is
Gen
there a way
5?
to get this into your hand with like a bonder or something?
I think so.
Maybe. I guess we'll
I
find
think
out.
there is later.
I didn't see one when I just looked through. I didn't see anything that mentioned the event at
Maybe
all.
not.
Actually,
Maybe yes, maybe no.
I can't believe Hololive is getting gear.
It's not
This is
gear.
insane.
It's not gear. Don't call it gear.
Quote unquote gear.
It's not gear. It's not gear. Gear is like they'll never print gear again. Until they do. Wait till Ruby gets gear. That'd be wild.
Yo, they just print Fate to Bear Aaron.
Yeah, they just
Well,
print
I
her.
think part of the reason gear is so good though is because Fate to Bear Aaron's staple to it.
Yes.
On its own, like, is this worth running if there's not like a
The fact that this only
something going
targets
with it?
5th gen with both abilities, I think makes this really bad.
That makes it really
Unironically.
awkward. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
really
agree
bad.
with that. Because Gen 5 so far seems kind of strapped for anything useful. So
I
thus
won't
far,
call
at
it.
least.
I won't call it correct, like total garbage yet, because the card economy does work out. It does break even, and it is costless selection, but it's only for Gen 5.
we need a Fate to Bear Boton or
Fate to
something.
Bear
You know, like if we get something like that, this could be really.
there's also like not like for the instance of like using it on your turn, there isn't any bombs in Gen 5. So like if you would like use it to like for a level 1 bomb and then save the bomb, like it doesn't. There's none of those in there, sadly. So.
All right, we can move on.
All right, 3/2 Nene. Recollection. If there are 3 or more cards with different names in your memory, this gains the following 2 abilities during your opponent's turn when damage is taken by you isn't canceled, and this is in the front row. Look at the top card and put it either on the top of your library or the waiting room. So it has Surveil if damage isn't canceled, and also Hand Encore for events or characters. And the combo, when this attacks, if the climax is in the climax zone, put the top card of your library to the waiting room. If it's level 1 or higher, deal 3 damage. If it's level 0, this has no effect.
Decent payoff for memory. This is like your memory payoff card. It's a great card to stand by out to the board because it has damage cry, and then also has hand encore, and it's overstated by not overstated but above typical stat line, 10-5 already, so it's like 12 in front of level assist. It's just bigger than normal. Then it has on attack, coin flip for burn for free. You don't have to do anything. And you're running a higher count of level 1 and higher cards in a standby deck anyway. This kind of like feeds right into it.
You're also probably playing the Gen 5 support stuff that is letting you constantly look at the top cards of your deck and stack them.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards in Hololive that can let you do that.
Which I guess is especially good in Gen 5 since you can set your standbys, since standby seems to be pushed in Gen 5 as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Standby still seems kind of cringe, but
it seems okay. Maybe standby will happen eventually someday.
okay. I think this card itself is actually good. I don't want people to get that wrong.
Yeah,
this card is good.
This
card is good in a standby deck. Is Hololive standby something you want to do? I don't know. Especially memory Hololive standby.
I was going to say, I think the memory's the hard part with this, because it puts you in red-blue, which a lot of the standby support isn't in blue, so.
Alright. Good? Next. Alright, back to Andy.
Alright, it's a level 1 Nene Alarm card. It's a level 1 Suicider, and if this is on the top of your clock at the start of main phase, you can pay 1, discard a card, refresh yourself. This seems pretty good.
It doesn't seem horrible. We talked about this in some other set recently when we were talking about a similar card, but
yeah, I like thinking back to that.
Refreshing at the start of main phase, the timing's a little bit weird, but I guess it's better than not having a free fresh at all.
It gives you the option to do so, but the timing is way too cringe for me.
Yeah, but it's on a playable profile too. Like a level 1 bomb's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine on its own. Yeah, I think the cards.
I wouldn't be super jazzed to sleeve it up, but it would be okay.
No, I think it's okay. I think you could play this with some modicum of success.
I think it's a really good card. I think people are just spoiled with 2/1 free freshes that are. I think that's super absurdly broken.
Oh, they're
every
broken.
Single one I've read.
They're all broken.
Way overstated.
Well, they free 2/1 5 or less cards in deck free freshes fundamentally break all rules of Weiss Schwarz. That's why they all read overstated. They break the game because it's a 1-cost heal that puts you in a better position, and then they have another effect on top of them.
And the other effect is always so good too. It's always
cantrip,
draw a card or gain a fuckload of power. Or
yeah, they're always broken
every single time. They're insane.
Or you could be Disgaea. They burn 1.
That's also insane.
Yeah.
That's a good card.
But I think this is good. If there's no broken 2/1 free fresh option, then
No, it's
it
a fine.
seems fine.
I just really hate the timing of main phase. Like, I gotta draw, I gotta clock, and then at least I can ditch one with this. I think we said the same thing about the last one we saw. At least you can ditch a climax you drew with this one. So it's probably a C+. Alright, moving on. Brian, right?
Yes. Okay. 2/1 Nene. When you use this card's backup, 2500 counter level 2, you can pay 1. If there are 3 or more cards with different names from each other in your memory, burn 1.
It's Betty counter.
It is Betty counter.
Except it only costs 1 stock, but there's a memory condition on it.
How much does Betty usually cost?
Betty
3.
costs
This counts 2.
Yeah, Betty costs 2 in addition to the plus the 1 that you have to spend for the
Right.
for the backup, so 3 total.
So this costs 1 less.
This is cheaper, but you have to hit the memory condition, which is maybe okay
If you're playing the card, you are. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
If
it
you're
might
playing
not
this
be
card, you're
online.
gunning for the memory condition, which is actually not that bad.
It might not even be online early enough. But I mean, this is like an endgame gotcha effect anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if it burns enough though, because I feel like so many finishers just heal on play. That, yeah, you have like 1 extra point of reach, kind of, but your opponent just heals down, so they're not going to be in range to die to it on their turn.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to like try to like 2-turn with it.
Which, I mean, like, if you want to 2-turn people, there are better decks in Hololive at doing that with tap counter. But,
I think I'd
these
rather.
are funny.
I guess it is like a modular. Well, that's not the right word. It is a way to like pay out an extra stock if you need to on your opponent's turn.
Can pay down
Kind of like
too,
how
yeah.
you would with like a free fresh to like pay out climaxes. It like if you need to pay down 1 extra, I guess you could.
When
You
it
could.
hits, it feels great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Last Nene. Level 0. When your other Hololive character attacks, this gains 1k. During your opponent's turn, when this becomes reversed in battle, you may pay 1. If you do, rest this at the beginning of your next Encore step, it goes to memory. So it is like a Arna Encore that helps you fulfill your memory conditions.
Holy shit! It's like that card in Slime.
To
Yeah.
note, you can't be the one crashing this. It's during your opponent's turn.
They're all like that. You
Yeah.
can never crash them, yeah. So they're like decent going first, I guess. Like, they're worse than a normal Harna. But you know, what can you do?
Right.
You're playing this to help you fulfill the memory condition, and even then, I don't think I'd play this.
It's really, really awkward. Yeah, you play it.
It is not the worst card, but it's close.
Yeah, it's pushing the boundaries of what's playable in this memory focused list, I feel like.
I think it is actually a D. I'm gonna shift it down. I'm with Tanner. I don't like it.
I don't know. Is it wrong to compare it to the Shizu? Because the Shizu is so.
The Shizu's a Shimakai, dude. That card is infinitely like better. And you're playing that card in decks where you need to fulfill full field condition. So it does double duty. I don't think this card has the same use case.
Yeah, because I thought that card was like just insane, but
That card is.
I don't know.
really
The
good,
extra 1,000 power on self is just so much less good than a Shimakai.
Yeah. Alright, on to Boton. Tanner.
Alright, 2/2 Boton. If you have 3 or more characters with different name or 3 or more cards with different names in your memory, this gains 2,500 power and the following ability: pay 1, ditch 1. At the beginning of your attack phase, if there's no character in front of this, you can pay the cost. If so, you can pull a back row character in front of this as the defending character. Or
You
no,
just attack
it doesn't
it,
actually
yeah.
pull.
You just attack the back row, yeah.
And it sits at 10-5.
Theoretically, card sounds insane. In practice, I don't know if this ever works. That's a lot to put together. You do get to like win board with standby, and then like the theory sounds sick, right? You win board with standby, and then you drag up your opponent's back row, and you start killing those two.
Mm-hmm.
Like that sounds super sick. But like you're putting so much together for this, and like your cards have to die to go to memory and whatnot. Maybe you aren't winning board by that point yet as hard as you normally would in another standby deck, where you're just building more board more naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the time that this comes online, you're already going to be at level 2. So like you're going to want to stand by better cards at the point when you really see this coming on.
I think Ramorous being the best memory card makes like standby really hard, because Ramorous only works with costless characters. But the card is super interesting. I definitely really wanted to play this card when it got revealed. Sounded really funny. Like, just kill my opponent's back row every turn. But, I don't know. There are other decks that do that better, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you manage to set up the memory in some sort of reasonable amount of time, and I think that's the bottleneck, that's the issue with this.
Yes,
this
yeah, for sure.
Then this card can be really good, but it doesn't sound like Hololive has a lot of easy ways to get cards into memory, unfortunately.
I mean, a lot of the level zeros we've looked at so far just incidentally yeet themselves to memory.
They do, but like there are cards that have to either die, you know, like you're not winning board with those cards. They kind of clash with the standby strategy of just building an army, right?
Well, those cards are all at level 0, though. It seems like at level 0, you're losing field at level 0 with your weak cards, stuffing them into your memory, and then level 1 rolls around, you hit a standby, now you have this 10-5 that can start attacking their back row like as early as level 1.
Yeah, I think if you have like long level 0 turns normally, or like you're just not getting leveled quickly, you can have time to set this up. So I think that is a good merit. Like the fact that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying the fact that most of your memory is at level 0. Obviously, Ramorous isn't, but I think that is a good point and kind of does help the case if you have a slow start. It's just if your opponent pushes you quickly, you're just in trouble and you won't ever get this online. So it's like,
oh, I think you actually will get it online though, because like going back to like the first card we looked at in this video, right? The trial deck Nene that the drop. The Cosmo that goes to memory when it's reversed, right? Your opponent's either going to run this over and kill it, or they're going to side attack it, which means you just run it back into their thing. And if they don't stuff it into your memory, you'll fucking stuff it in there yourself. And in the games where that happens, if they're like side attacking you, and not putting it into your memory and kind of like stalling you a turn.
You just come out so far ahead when people do that anyway. It's like always a misplay, I think.
You kind of come out ahead because you're plussing so hard anyway, and then in those cases, you just stand by your Boton wherever you need it to go. If you're not going to have 3 by the end of the turn, you put it in your back row and save it for next turn when you can set it up. Otherwise, you just put it out in your front row or something, and then end of turn when your thing pops to memory because it got reversed. It'll then boost itself up. And I think that second effect is like very like relevant. I think hand encore is like kind of overrated. Like your standby target shouldn't be dying anyway if you're playing for field. You should be like having backups and stuff anyway.
I think
a lot of the times the hand encore doesn't even get used.
I think the hand encore these days is becoming more relevant in English actually. With things getting like a lot of arbitrary power, new sets coming out, things hitting higher levels. I think being able to have a second chance at rebuilding your board is like really, really important. and cards have to do something really, really strong to like not have hand on core, especially your 2/2s. I think that the Boton might be strong enough, but I really think it's the memory chokehold. I getting 3 by your first level 1 turn, by drawing up on your second level 1 turn, would be hard to do. You have to remember this thing's an 8K without that level 3.
Right.
You need to hit the condition.
It's
I guess
not
it just
just
like,
the effect; it's the power too.
Yeah, like as we go through this, I mean, what it comes down to is there needs to be a critical mass of stuff that goes to memory.
And again, I think Ramorous just doesn't play well with standby, which makes it a little bit more rough for standby specifically. So you'll have to do something else, which is kind of difficult, I think. But whatever.
Was there really anything else in the other generations that went to memory?
None. Literally
None?
nothing. Yeah. There's literally the Toa that goes to memory for a turn.
Oh, the time.
The time machine.
The time
The
machine.
time
I guess
machine-
that's it.
The time
doesn't
machine
work with
would
the
be
time
really
machine.
funny. No, it
doesn't
does.
work with it.
It
because
does.
It's at the beginning of attack phase.
Oh, it is at the beginning of attack phase. No.
Yeah. So the
But you
timing
can get the
doesn't
power,
work.
but the timing doesn't work. Oh, that's
Right.
unfortunate.
Man.
Yeah,
That's the feels
unfortunate. Yeah.
bad.
All right, whatever. Onwards to other Boton cards. Whose card is this? We back to Andy? Oh, this is- yeah, we are. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sure. It's level 1 Boton Pants combo. During your turn, if you have a card in your memory, this gets 3k. So 7k on its own, 8k with the climax on your turn. And when you reverse your opponent, if you have Temporal Piece in your zone and 2 or more other characters, search your deck for 2 Hololive characters, set them to your opponent. Add 1 to your hand, and the remaining card goes to Waiting Room.
Search one,
And then
foolish
shuffle.
one. That's it.
That's interesting.
On
Well,
the
you don't
left-
have to search 2. It's up to 2. You can
Yeah.
just search 1 and add it to your hand if you don't want to
Right.
Right.
send something to grave. But if you do want to
compress
entomb one of
2,
your cards, if you do just want to like
It
get
compresses
that extra
you.
compression, you can. Or you can like throw something in your graveyard to set up, like a standby target, or I don't know, some other card you need in your Waiting Room for some reason. Maybe it'll be something that like you need it in your Waiting Room for something. I have no idea, but
You can get really tricky with
interesting.
this.
Yeah.
I like the combo. I don't know if this is the set for the combo, but there is some set out there that gets this combo that could be crazy with.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
The 7k power line, just as it's being played, I like that. Like Umi. It always feels okay.
What about just like an 8k on reverse search? Like a Shimakaze search effect.
It gets to
It's like
8.
on reverse that gets to 8k. And then you also have the bonus utility of being able to deck thin one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe set up a
That's
graveyard
basically all it
shenanigan.
is, yeah.
Which is it's fine. It's selected.
Is an
Compresses
8k
Big.
on reverse search with that utility good enough?
I think you have to have some other reason you're playing it. Which is why I said I don't know if this is the set for it. But I think as it stands, it's like a good combo.
You can, I mean, like, you would use it to possibly add the Ramrush to hand, put a target in grave, start setting up your memory condition for your top end.
Yeah, if you're like trying to play like Ants Nene standby.
If you have some sort of change condition that needs Waiting Room, like in one of the other gens, maybe that could be helpful as well. Put your change target in grave, and then the changer into your hand.
I think the changers are all hand, right? Or are they? I don't know.
I'm
Can't
pretty sure
remember.
all of them are hand.
I don't know. It's been so long since we've done the first. It's been so long since Gen 1 came out. I don't
Would-
even remember.
It's been a long
I
time.
What about
I think they are from hand.
what about this with the Rushia? You do get the selectivity and you set your grave.
Yeah.
Maybe it all comes down to the climax, right? Like if you want to play Pants at level 1, this might just be the best option.
No, there's the Pekora. The Pekora combo is just generally like the good stuff's combo. The one that like mills 4 and sits 6/5 cross turn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this combo's really interesting. I just don't know if this is the set for it, unless you're trying to do something wonky with standby, which maybe you are. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see when we get through some more of the cards here. But I guess in a standby deck, right? You deck thin yourself, so you're more likely to hit a standby, and you dump the target. Maybe
it's like
that's
a hybrid standby strategy. It does win board. Good. All right, 2 more Boton cards here.
Brian,
yeah.
All right. Level 0 Boton. Act. Pay 1, send this to memory. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose a Hololive character from among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, and discard the rest.
Probably the best memory card.
Yeah, there's a card that just goes to memory on demand. It's fine, I guess. Yeah.
Deck speed.
Deck speed
memory.
goes to memory, fulfills your conditions.
Good with clean cut. Like
basically all you can ask for in this
yeah.
this memory condition deck.
Only play it in the memory deck.
Yep.
Best memory card probably. Well, Ramrus is the best memory card, but card's good. Last Boton, level 0. At the beginning of your opponent's draw phase, if you have another Hololive character, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or higher, you may return this card to your deck. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 level 1 combo. Show it to your opponent, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. It coin flips back to deck to go get your level 1 combo.
Huh.
Pretty funny.
that's not bad, right?
It's not
It's
bad.
not.
Fine.
It's really weird.
It's
just
extremely weird.
It's a
Compared
coin.
to other coin flips, like the fact that this transitions from your level 0 turn right into your level 1 turn is kind of nice. Like you're not ending up just with another, an outclass level 0 in your hand. You're actually getting like the exact card you want.
It
Notably,
would
this is
most
seen as a
likely change
drawback.
into a 4K.
Notably, this card is this is seen as a drawback. This is a 2500 coin flip. This is seen as worse than a normal coin flip by like development, which I guess kind of tracks. You don't get a 0 for the next turn if it pluses.
But if you're getting hit up to your level 1 turn, then it actually works in your favor.
Which could be good or could be bad. It depends. It depends what happens. But it is funny. It's a coin flip with extra steps.
It's very funny, yeah. It's if you find a way to make the level 1 Boton combo work, this card's probably fine with it.
Yeah, I think it's really funny that like it just coin flips the deck for your level 1. Really funny.
It's unfortunate that it like shoehorns you into that level 1 combo though. Like it's not splashable.
No. Alright, on to Polka. Tanner, go ahead.
Alright, 3/2 Polka. If you have 3 or more different characters with a name, you can early play this. If you have 2 or more other Hololive characters, this gains 1k, so it sits 10-5, and when it is placed from hand to stage, you may heal. So it's an early play healer that sits 10-5.
Okay, small soapbox
If you have
team.
memory.
I hate memory condition early plays. I fucking hate them. They're so fucking annoying. These 3 or more different cards in name fucking early plays, when you're having fucking bad games and your only fucking hope is to stabilize after your first refresh at level 2 and play it on fucking early play healers, when you're playing these fucking early plays, you just lose the fucking game. It makes your worst games unwinnable. Like, your bad opens become unwinnable when you play these cards. They're so fucking hard. Yeah, they're so fucking hard to play with. Because I remember like when Da Capo was like, you know, Da Capo Annie was a big thing. Everybody's like, oh my god, you got to play this Nene. It's like 3 or more characters in memory, early play, stock healer. Oh my god, if Psycho had that card, it'd be incredible. Blah, blah. And I'd be like, holy shit, every game that have that's going bad, if I try to play this fucking Nene, I just fucking lose. And then I fucking cut the card, and then I just played the 2 or less early play. And wow, my bad games became winnable again. Who fucking knew? Like, these cards are really infuriating to play. When your games don't open as well as you think. So like people see that early play condition, they're like, oh my god, I can never whiff it. Even if I triple cancel, I can heal. Incredible. There is a downside. There is a downside. The upside is also very good though.
Is there any reason you'd really want this over the Suisse though.
No.
Like it heals to stock, so it only costs 1.
Yeah, in this set,
no
there's almost
color
no
requirement.
point. In this set, there's really no point because you have the colorless Suisse,
Yeah.
stock
And
killer.
they sit at the exact same power.
You also have the Fubuki.
What's
They
the
don't sit.
condition on the Suisse again?
4 or more.
Full field. Full
The
field
Fubuki
colorless.
sits at the same power.
It's Water Goddess, but it sits 500 power less because it's colorless.
I think the fact that like you can always just early play, like once you have the condition, you can just always do this. You don't have to worry about like, dang, I canceled now. I have climax in my waiting room. I missed my condition, or especially in standby, which is what Gen 5 looks like it's pushing for. I always hate 4 or more early play conditions in standby, because then you're having to like standby over something, and that sucks. So like, I think it makes sense. And I mean, you just got to have enough tools in your deck to make sure you don't have those, nightmare games that Carmen is talking about. Look at a deck like Slime with Shizu. That's considered one of the best decks in the format. Set 1 Slime for like the entire time it was in the format. You have a memory condition you need to meet to get your healer on the field. And there's times where you can get locked off of it. If you're having a terrible game, you just don't get your Shizus down, and that sucks ass. But overall, the deck's consistent enough to make up for it because, you have a million ways to get mask, the Shizu combo's good, etc. So I guess what I'm getting at is you just need enough. You need that critical mass of memory cards.
And I think that's where this falls a little bit short, is the fact that besides the Boton that sends itself and the Ramorous, everything else requires a little bit more setup, and it's not like super
It's not
quick
just
to get
setup.
there.
I think they eat valuable deck slots for literally better cards. They compete with cards that are like literally so much fucking better, like than those cards. Like, sure, the Cosma is a fine card, but like there are like legitimately fucking broken zeros that you should be playing in like almost every deck, and like you just lose those cards. You know what I mean? When you're like forced to play a critical mass memory, your payoff being this early play that's not as good as like a 6 to 7 card devotion to green to play Fubuki early play, which sits at the same power at a reasonable 2 or less climax condition.
Honestly, the shittest part about this is the 3 or more different names.
Yes,
That's
the 3 or
like
more
the-
different names. They're all like this. The memory early plays are always like this, except for Shizu. She's the only one who's not.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this card like the Boton, if there is some way to get consistently your 3 differently named cards into memory, then this card is completely fine. But it's not really looking that way, aside from like the Ramorous and like the 1 or 2 decent level zeros we've seen.
We probably need like one more like good card that goes to memory, right?
Because
One
that's
more
it.
like level 0.
Because they have to be differently named characters too. So you have to guarantee that you hit like one of each of your things that go to memory, or you have to crutch really hard on Ramorous, and it just seems kind of rough.
Yeah, you can't even go like, even if you go 4-4-4 of like all your cards that go to memory, like the Boton and the Cosma and all that shit. It's like you go 4 so you see them, so you can get them in memory in time, but it clogs then too,
Mm-hmm.
because the second copy going to memory doesn't help. I don't know.
Hey, no
I
attention
like the fact
to
that you
the
can always
slides.
early play it and heal, but I guess it just depends if the support's there or not.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to the slides that just got added to the slideshow. I definitely didn't forget Lamy.
Forget Lamy exists.
Okay, so I had to have a scratch slideshow and then an actual slideshow to like organize these, and somehow the Lamy stuff didn't make it, so I had to copy it over. Yeah, I'm like there. If there's a way that someone finds to consistently get the memory without it being fucking cringe, it's probably fine. But like I I have nightmares about those bad games, dude. It sucks. It sucks to sit there and be like, holy shit, I could win this game if this was 2 or less. Like, those are like so infuriating. I would have a chance, right? You know, it's Weiss Schwarz. You can always lose. All right, next card. Who is this?
Is this me?
Sure, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
I don't know. Level 0 Polka. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Hololive character, choose one of your characters. That character gets 3k power for the turn. Wow, power pump on play. Haven't seen that before in this set.
Reveals your top card. Pumps power.
3k power at level 0 is something. I don't know why
A
you
lot
need
of power.
it, but it exists, yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily just for like level 0. It's for like the long-term effect of like everything needing to call, like all your finishers needing to call their shot and like what you're swinging into can be relevant.
Yeah, see for
I guess for Gen 5.
The top check. Polka doing the closest thing to T-posing you can do on a card in front of stripes. Next. Another Polka, 1-0. When your climax plays the climax zone, you may pay the cost, which is return this to your hand. Okay. So maybe 4 or more early play condition isn't cringe for standby. When this card plays the climax zone, you bounce back to your hand. If you do, look at the top card of your deck, put it either on the top of your deck or in the waiting room. Choose one of your Hololive characters gets 2k for the turn. Okay, that's not bad. Recollection. If this is on the top of your clock and there are 2 or more cards with different card names in your memory, at the beginning of the climax phase, Faithless Looting, draw 2, ditch 2.
Seems like
that's not a bad card.
Yeah.
That's not
so
a bad card.
That effect actually fires before the pop back.
No, this is if it's in clock. It is an alarm effect and a pop back effect.
Yeah. Like if you have one in clock and one on field, you're gonna be looting. You're gonna be draw 2, ditch 2 first, and then you're going to
start of your climax phases before you play one. Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can filter things into grave for standby.
I like the fact that this pops back, gives power, and surveils you.
Yep.
Makes the 4 more early play condition on the Suisse not cringe. So you don't even need to necessarily worry about the memory shit for the Polka early play, and then I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the alarm effect. It's like probably
pretty okay. It's just whatever. Like,
all right, yeah.
I think it's pretty decent in standby. Yeah,
in standby, it's good. Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting. It's you have the Corone Runner. You look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You know what they are.
Oh, every time.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a little bit more on board with that draw 2, ditch 2 effect.
All right. Next, Tanner. Easy one.
All right. 1-0 Polka. Pay 1 when you play this from hand to stage. You may pay 1. If you do, choose a cost 0. Oh, it's Ramrus. I don't know why I'm reading.
Yep. Cost 0 in your waiting room, put it to the stage. As long as it's alive, for people that don't know how Ramrus works, you can't crash the card because it has to live to the end of the turn to go to memory. But this is just free memory. It's a free +1. Ramrus is close to a actually fucking busted profile. It's just fucking broken. The pay 1 +1 that fucking puts cards in memory for no reason. Notably, notably for your memory for 5th gen, it puts cards that are not supposed to be in memory.
Right. Which are differently named cards, which can help you meet your condition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Anybody have anything else to say about Ramrus? You want to learn more about Ramrus, you can go watch our Slime 1 set review. Talk a lot about
really
Ramrus.
rocks. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, triple R, triple rare, broken,
Triple Ramrus.
triple threat.
Actually, that's a common.
It is a common.
Whatever.
Original Ramrus was uncommon. Triple rare was a rare.
Whoa.
Power creep. Rarity creep.
Nice.
All
right. Moving on. The Lamy cards. Pay 1, send to memory. Here we go, guys.
Okay.
Choose a gear in your waiting room, add it back to hand.
It's not gear. Please stop calling it gear.
Blue gear? Polka gear?
Please
add
stop
it back to
calling
hand.
it gear. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Brainstorm. 4 cards for each climax. Search for a Hololive character. So this This is a brainstorm that can just yeet itself to memory, get you the event back.
Yep.
All right, how do you feel about Polka now, Carmen? Early
What?
Are
No,
I guess everybody. Let's poll the room. Are we at enough good memory cards yet?
Is this the missing piece?
I don't like the event because it only targets Gen 5. There are too many non-Gen 5 cards that are really, really good that I would want to play in every deck.
I mean,
think-
essentially, with this, you're forcing yourself into an almost exclusive Gen 5 deck. Obviously, you can, like, with Corona Runner and stuff, you can still splash in there. But, I mean, I think if you really want to make it work, you can try. I don't know. I haven't seen any deck lists or any decks that have popped off that have, like, tried this. I think it's just, if you can tweak it, it might actually be way better than I've been expecting this whole time.
Yeah, so the 1-0 event salvages a Gen 5 character, which
It
is
also can
restrict-
only save a Gen 5 character.
Okay. Which is restrictive, but if you're playing the Gen 5 deck with all of the memory pieces, all of those are already Gen 5. So it effectively lets you sculpt for a differently named piece that goes to memory early on in the game. Is the way I see it.
Oh, interesting.
I
I guess I was going to point out too that I don't know, something that Tanner said made me think of this, but the fact that like it's kind of forcing you into like an all Gen 5 deck, and then that kind of ties back into what Carmen said earlier. Like, why would you run these bad cards, quote unquote bad cards that go to memory, when you could just be playing the other bustedly good like level zeros we've seen in the other 4 generations and gamers.
Mm-hmm. And that's the issue.
But I guess this kind of facilitates that in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like worrying about like not having enough targets to use the event on, you're already forced into playing almost mono Gen 5.
Right, just to hit the memory condition already.
So the drawback's kind of like a little bit lessened on the event since your deck's already built to accommodate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but
The
Wait,
memory...
this is search? Thank you.
Yeah,
one thing to note though, like it does prevent you from getting clogged with brainstormers, so you can just send it to memory. So like that's also something that can help you later on. Just throw that out there, decompress one.
Mm-hmm.
it seems like probably the most reasonable one to just jam 4 copies of in your deck too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're never really upset to see a brainstorm, and then when you see the second one, you can just immediately put it in your memory for later. But then I feel like you might be running into stock crunch issues too.
Probably.
Because the Polka's 2 to early play. This has to pay 1 to send a memory. Boton has
do
to
with
pay 1 to
every-
send a memory.
Every
Ramorous has
single
to pay
memory
1.
deck is like that. Even Psychono was like that. Like, you built a lot of stock because you just attacked a lot and canceled a ton. But like your early games, you're always spending stock on memory. You're just trying to turn your stock into memory as quickly as possible.
Maybe we found a use for that card that surveils one and mills both players.
The
Maybe
Watson
get
card.
maybe free stock.
No. I don't like the Lamy Brainstorm. I don't like the Gen 5 package. I don't like it.
I don't think it's great. I think if memory Hololive somehow comes to be a thing, which I don't think it will, this card will probably be the keystone to making it work.
Yeah, I mean, this card is fine, all things considered. It's a Brainstorm that can do another thing.
I think it's somewhere between a B- and a C+, depending how you look at it. I don't know. Probably more C+, because like it, again, you can't splash it. It like forces you into the event,
Almost mono Gen
which is
5,
then forcing you into mono Gen 5. But if you're playing mono Gen 5, then it's like good.
Fine. All right. Who's reading the next one? I can't remember anything.
This is Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Andy got to read the Brainstorm, of course. 2/1 Lamy. If there are 2 or more cards with different names in your memory, this card gets 1500 power, alcohol trait, and hand on core.
Let's fucking go.
Nice.
And when this card attacks, if the character across from it is level 3 or higher, gains 6k power. So it is a level 3 killer that gets up to 14k if my math is right, and hand on core.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
not too shabby.
With
The
alcohol.
Hand on
trait.
core is really nice too, because
You
you
can
know you run over their level 3, then usually these are gonna be pretty weak. They'll like just early play something else and run it over back or whatever. But then you can encore this and actually run them back over a second time.
Mhm.
yeah,
So
the
this
one in
seems kinda nice, I
South
guess.
was always good. The 2-1 Xenon that did like a similar thing as this. I think it was smaller, but it had like an experience requirement. And that card was always really good, and this seems like exactly like that card. So if you're
Which-
playing this deck, it's probably great.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd call it a payoff card per se.
No, but it's
It's a tech card.
definitely
It's a good tech card.
definitely a decent card that synergizes with your game plan if you're in the memory stuff.
All right, another Lamy, level 0. This plays from your hand to the stage. You may discard a Hololive character from your hand to the waiting room. If you do, choose a character from your waiting room, send it to memory. At the start of your next turn, return that character from your memory to your hand. It is a delayed drop salvager for no stock cost. It also puts a character with a different name in your memory.
Okay.
Or 1 turn cycle,
Choose
if you
character
can.
from your waiting room. Send to memory at the start of your next turn. Return it from memory to hand. Well, you only need it for 1 turn cycle sometimes, right?
You
Like
do.
if you're
Yeah,
if you're playing the polka, right, you just need the 3 when you go for the early play. If you're playing and I don't know why that's the one I just keep referencing.
The Boton,
but-
you need it
Yeah.
for on attack.
you need
like,
to have some pretty consistent plussing for these cards to be good. Like, you know what this card reminds me of? It's the fucking Roxy event, but like
kind
for a
of
1 turn cycle, right? It's like the Roxy event, and the Roxy event like only works because like, well, the Roxy event's fucking broken, but like because like it goes even eventually, but like it gives you better compression. But this is just like I just kind of neg 1, and then yeah, I get it back next turn. Like, but I don't know. Maybe you have enough payoff cards to make it work.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, it's kind of like the Roxy event a little bit. I mean, it's nice that the Roxy event searched and can like on your opponent's turn a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And it was nice that it like searched immediately and got the card immediately into your. Or did it get it immediately to your hand?
Yeah. You got
you
got one
search
immediately.
one, ditch one.
Yeah, you got one immediately, and then it went to memory, and then it pops out and searches another one later.
It was nice that you like got the thing at least immediately off it, you know? Because if you're drop
Yeah.
searching or drop salvaging for something, a lot of times you're playing it immediately because you're grabbing the thing in your toolbox, you know, the right tool for the job. And the
Yeah.
fact that you can't actually use the card right away with this is a little bit like awkward. But it is free.
Yep.
I don't know. That's all I got.
This card, the fact that it adds the card to memory for a turn cycle, this card can act as a stopgap, third memory for your conditions whenever you need it. But it's not really that great of a card.
It also lets you get cards into your memory that aren't supposed to be there per se,
Right.
as well. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. It's a drop salvage for free that also like can help out your strategy. I don't know. It's a weird card.
Yeah, it is really weird. I'm gonna lean more on the side of it being not good. Just because you have to neg 1, and I don't think Hololive has like the same level of just like free pluses ultimate sandbag potential as like Choice Pants Usoku. Like that deck can crash all day and it doesn't fucking matter. That has all these tools that help you do that. I don't think Hololive has those tools.
I mean, this isn't a minus though.
Well, it's a minus on the turn you play it.
Ah,
So,
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a toilet.
Yeah, it's delayed. It is kind of like a toilet. Really shitty toilet. Give you
Lamy's
sauce.
just like the toilet of Hololive, dude.
Jesus.
That's what they say.
All right. Last Lamy. Who got it?
All right, last
Tanner.
character. 3/2 Lamy. It is a frontal 2k assist to all characters, not just level 3s. And when this is placed from stage to hand, draw 2, ditch 2, and put 1 card from the top of your library to stock. And if you recollection, pay 2, ditch a climax from hand, rest this. If there are 3 or more different, choose a card in your clock and return it to hand.
That's pretty
So-
banging. That's a cool standby target. I like this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frontal 2K. There's a little bit of a payoff for playing the memory package. Pay 2, ditch a climax, heal a card to hand from clock. It's not horrible, and that's definitely a card you play in standby.
I like the draw 2, ditch 2 blind stock effect too. I like seeing that printed on
If
cards.
you're forced to play it from hand, at least it plays for 1. It helps
Yeah,
you filter.
And filters
It filters
you,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Decent card for this deck.
Not too bad. Yeah, I do like this one.
I'm just gonna slap all these cards with C pluses because like you only play them in the crazy deck. Well, no, you know what?
Yeah,
this
one's actually really good though.
Well,
I
no,
like-
you
I
know
like
what?
this one.
In a normal standby deck, I would always play the Miko 3/2 over this because the Miko 3/2 is a brainstorm. Yeah, but like, which
If you're
just
if you're
for
playing
memory.
like the Gen 5 deck with the memory stuff, being able to heal the hand's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, like real talk though. Outside of Gen 5, you could maybe still make this work. Like if you're not playing a pure Gen 5 deck, you can maybe make this work still. With Ramirez. And
Yeah.
if you
Yeah, you
play
could.
like maybe like one
Could.
of the go to memory cards, like maybe just play the Cosma or just play the Boton.
Yeah, you could. That doesn't sound bad.
And maybe in those decks, like a mixed gen deck with some sort of standby going on into this card, and then you just start like healing characters to hand, healing anything to hand at level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty
Yeah.
pretty spicy.
All right, 3 more cards, everyone, and we're done with Hololive forever.
Let's do it.
All right, lightning round. 2/2 punch. Perform the
Punch.
following action twice. Choose one of your characters, and that character gains the following ability for the end of the turn. Character opposite this get -1 soul. Send this memory. It's Wooly. Literally Wooly.
Goes to memory. Card with a specific name goes to memory.
Plays
Boom.
into standby.
Does it have to be characters for the?
No,
memory?
it's 3 different cards.
Okay.
Yeah, it
A
is
lot of
cards.
times.
Yeah, it's just cards.
Interesting.
This does play into standby. It's a defensive counter.
Again, this is like a playable card too. This helps you hit the memory.
Yeah, no,
condition, too.
Yes.
I like Wooly. Wooly's good.
Wooly's good. I don't think this deck will be as all in on it as
Beaufrey
as
was, yeah.
Beaufrey. Where Beaufrey, it was literally like games were won and lost based on how many Woolies you drew. But I don't think Hololive is in that spot, so it's probably much better.
Dude, it makes that Lamy, the Lamy assist so much better. This is one
Yeah,
of
it
the
helps
cards
you
that
draw
goes
into
to
it.
memory
Yeah.
for you, and it's like another good defensive card that you'd play in a standby strategy.
This does not have a bonder, so yeah, this
the,
helps
the
you
other
draw
thing
into
would be
it.
color. It would force you to have to play. Well, I guess the Corone runners.
Okay,
are
when you're
yellow.
playing standby, you're in color hell anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
true.
you're gonna have to figure it out. Yeah. All right. Next card. 2/3 green. If you have 2 or more of the Hololive characters, look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck. Search for up to 1 Hololive character. Put it any slot on the stage. Shuffle your deck.
And this can play level
It's
3s.
the only card in the set with Ozki on it. Is Ozki on the other card?
I don't think so.
No,
No. Is she on
she's
this card?
only on this one.
This is the only card with Ozki on it. The entire set. Rest in peace. Is she with Hololive still?
Yeah,
Okay. Sick. I like her music.
This is like really interesting, actually.
You know
This
what
lets
this
you
is?
this lets you like early, like level 3 combos, right? That you attack with that turn and do something great. Like, yeah, you can standby stuff out, but then you have to wait a turn to untap it. This lets you like actually go for any level 3 finisher at level 2, like on command if you can mill into it.
This is the Princess Connect event. This is Gacha. Right? Isn't this the Gacha card? There was a card in Princess Connect that like simulated a 10 roll. Yeah, it is.
That is really clever, actually. But I'm willing to wager that this card is like a lot more useful in Hololive because it's so broad and there's so many different level 3 finisher combos to choose from.
Yeah, it's this one. It was a character. It's the same rate. This is pay 3 overall, sack this card. So same as playing an event. Check up to top 3, choose any character, put it to stage. So it's the same
top
as the
3
gacha.
instead of top 10?
No, top 10. That's what I meant. It's pay 3 overall, sorry. Words. Pay 3 sack this, which is the same as 2-3 play an event, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, regardless, you can actually like go for a level 3 combo that you're not supposed to at level 2, and you don't have to like stand by it out and then wait a turn to untap. You can just like go for it.
And you can play like the Mel, like level 2 combo to stock charge yourself, so that 3 stock means absolutely nothing too.
Yeah,
Well,
like there's definitely something here.
I've played the 10 roll card before. It's not very good.
In what, Princess Connect
In
or
Princess
in Hololive?
Connect. It might be better in Hololive because like you might have better targets, but like
Princess Connect was like a small self-contained set.
what are you talking about? It was
Or what did it have like?
it was like a
Hololive?
it was a 14 double. It was a more than 10 double R set. It was pretty expensive.
Maybe I was getting confused with Rental Girlfriend.
Rental Girlfriend's a normal
yeah,
set.
I was getting confused with Rental Girlfriend. I don't know. Was there like as large and vast of a carpool?
No.
Princess
I mean,
Connect?
it's fucking Hololive. I don't know. There are silly fucking things you can do with this. Like you could just randomly summon the Hachima and kill your opponent's board, and then it'd be really funny, and then you lose the game. I don't know. The way this effect works is you do a really funny thing one time, and then you're just like, "Huh, I did it," and then your opponent's like, "All right, GG," and then they walk and they report their win.
So, someone at Milk Tea and tell them about this card.
Milk Tea is never sleeving this card. I
Get him
can
on the
guarantee
case.
that
No,
one.
here's what you do. You do it to get your Aki bodyguard.
I don't know if
And
you.
then
Yeah,
put that
Aki
in the middle,
bodyguard.
and they're never getting over you. The Aki bodyguard actually is sick. The more I've played with it, the better that card feels.
What do you mean? The one where you have to have no hand?
No, you have one or less hand.
Sure.
And you can pay 3 to just remove a character from existence.
Just like
Okay.
start discarding your hand for that or something.
Right.
How is that any
It's
different
ditch free,
than just
not
like
painted.
standbying one for free? Like we're talking. Okay, so here's the problem with the 10 roll event. Like unironically, right? Like here's the problem with the 10 roll. Putting a card down early and like attacking with it has to have like this massive game-winning payoff. Because like you're paying 3 and you're like fucking milling the top 10 cards of your deck.
Yeah.
So like
That's
don't
exactly
mill,
what I
'cause
was
they get
saying.
yeah,
though,
it's like
right?
it's got to be insane. I don't
Like,
know if there's anything insane enough.
It's the tempo of it. The forbidden word. The tempo of it.
The
I mean,
tempo
Like, if you stand
of
by something,
playing
you have to wait a turn.
the tempo of playing Hachima early and bombing out both players' boards. Like, what are you doing? Can anyone give me a singular example of a card that would be good?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
like you
for
can
one, you're
already
not
put
milling.
the dumbest card. Okay, look. Guess what's better than this card at level 2? Rushia.
What?
Rushia puts any Hololive character on the board and can attack with it at the same turn.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can.
Yes,
You can't do another climax combo with it. You're doing Rushia's combo. Then you're not doing that.
And
other character's
Rushia combo's broken.
this card can put Rushia on the board.
It can put Rushia on the board. You can
That way
put
you don't have to play the others.
yeah, it lets you play. Yo, that's the tech, bro. That's how you get the double Rushia on the first turn. You just 10 roll it.
No, seriously, the possibilities are like endless.
No, dude. As someone who's
There's
played,
something. There's like something.
no, dude.
There's
You
some
think
jank deck here.
you
This
think
card's very
you,
funny.
you think the 10 roll works, and then you play the dude. It's just like a gotcha game. You think you're gonna get what you want in the 10 roll, and you always whiff.
Oh my
I
god, your odds
always
are so
do.
much better. You have 4 copies. And a
Yeah,
50
that's what
card
they say
deck.
about rate up, dude. Everybody say it with me. Rate up is a lie. Rate up is a lie.
Hey, dude, it's not random. You can check the top 2. You can make sure you're gonna hit.
Oh my god, yeah, check the top 2 and you're 10 card mill, dude. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
It's not a mill.
Oh my god.
They go
Wait,
back
is
in
it?
deck.
Do they go back in deck?
Yeah, they
Okay.
stay in your deck.
Oh,
and
they
stuff in the
do.
login.
Are you sure?
That's what it
put
says.
in any stage and then shuffle your library.
Okay, that's what it says, but I don't trust
Yeah,
Hotsheets.
Look at top 10. They don't
What?
actually leave deck. They stay in deck.
Let's check the check little
It's like
Akiva.
dig through time, but for idols.
Look at that to 10. Yeah, I guess
That's
you
a
just
magic
shuffle
card
it.
for all
Yeah,
you
you
gamers
just
out there.
rip one from it to stage. They don't get any of their own play effects though. I don't know. 10 rolls a meme. I'm gonna give it what it deserves.
It's the most potential card we've seen.
Oh my god.
It does have a lot of potential. There
This
are a
is
lot of
the
things you can do with it.
potential card.
I got nothing.
It
left.
is.
Sure. It's just a 10
You know
roll,
it to be
dude.
true.
Right up. No, I've literally played it before.
You didn't
So
play
many
it with
possibilities.
This set.
Oh my
Just
god.
wait.
1-0 counter. Choose one of your Hololive characters. For the turn, that character gets 1500 power to perform the following action. You may discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. If you do, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck in the waiting room. You may perform this action as many times as you would like. This is like the Aqua counter, but it's a 1-0 event instead of a 2-1.
Hold up.
You may discard a card if you do look at it. So you can keep
Yeah,
negging
you can
yourself
keep
to,
negging until you
to aggr-
cancel.
aggressively damage scry. Yeah.
Discard a card. Surveil.
So do you know
So
what
you're
you can do?
missing each time.
Okay, hear me out. So you know what you can do that ditches a bunch of cards and saves you from dying? Tap
What?
counter.
Yeah, but you have to ditch so many cards for that. You could just like discard one card and get there with this.
Oh my god, yeah, sure. You could just fucking get there, dude. You could also just fucking cancel. Just fucking let it rip. Yeah.
If you damage scry one card, then you probably would have canceled anyway.
It's not like a Leafa counter where like it doesn't move the climax or anything. Like it's a little different. Like it's not as like non-committal as a Leafa counter. Because like you could ditch a card and just do nothing, right?
You could, yeah. I guess at the same time though, this is also just a 1500 counter. I mean, I guess leave a counter.
Event
Is still a
counter.
counter.
It does make the other 1500 1-0 counter that does nothing else feel really bad.
Well, no,
I
that
don't
one's
know.
a
Does the set
character.
have a Leaf counter? I think I'd probably rather
Yeah.
just play a
Yeah,
Leaf
it does.
counter.
The 1/1 Mel.
It's a yellow. It's a Mel.
1/1
yeah.
Mel. It has really sick art. What a great card.
It's just
Oh,
a much.
on
It's
cloud.
just a much better rate. It's searchable. You can grab it off choice. I think.
Yeah, if you're gonna
I don't know what
fucking
it's
like,
called.
if you're gonna board and math it, you might as well just play actual Leafa counter,
Yeah.
not nuke your hand for it. It's
'Cause
funny.
You get actually more power and the
This is
filter effect for.
It's not bad. I like the Aqua one because it was a character and you could pick it up off choice or
Yeah, you
door.
can just grab it off stuff. Mhm.
Yeah, so it was actually like an out. Well, and also you were playing cards that didn't need like hand to function. They were all stock. The only thing that needed hand was like burn 5 Megamine. And if you're in a deck, if you're in like a game state where like you needed to live that bad, it wasn't that bad to nuke your hand because the rest of it was stock. Like Aqua Burner, Cocachino stock. Like if you're playing Darkness, that's free. Shit like that. I don't like it as much time. Oh my god, we're done with Hololive, guys. We're done.
Oh, we did it. We finished.
We're fucking
Wait.
done.
No, we're not done yet. I have one more thing to say about the event.
Okay, what is it?
You can actually do that on your turn too. Is there any use in that? Just being able to like get your deck to the perfect card on top.
Not at the rate of... Not when you have Ozza in this set, dude.
But like just being able to set your top card.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a
Perone
lot
runner
of
for
top
that.
2 rearrange we've went over.
like the polka finisher. I don't
there
know.
is.
Yeah.
For you to go any deeper than 2, you'd have to discard 3 cards.
Yeah.
But it
No.
doesn't seem
No,
worth
this
it.
no, it's not. Never mind.
I can't believe we're done. Hololive slaps. If you're getting into Weiss to play Hololive and you're thinking about playing the game because you're playing Hololive, if you've stuck with us this whole fucking time, thank you. We really appreciate it. We are constantly, honestly, in like shock and appreciation for all of our viewers. We can't thank you guys enough. Never thought we'd make it to nearly 1,000. Which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If we get to 1,000, we can do a lot more cool stuff. We can like stream our locals really easily every week, which would be pretty insane.
I love playing on the camera. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well, you got to come back to locals first, Brian.
It's someday.
someday. Better be fucking soon. You guys got your fucking boosters. I got all 3 of my government installed chips. Did you get yours already?
Yeah, I got mine the other day.
Okay, so you got to get inoculated. You got a week or 2, right?
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be back shortly. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And you and Chris.
Yep.
Are already big locals +3. Sick. But yeah, if you're getting into Weiss or Hololive, and you're like, like I don't know, like am I gonna be able to play? Like even if I only play Hololive, am I gonna have fun? Am I gonna be able to like, experience everything the game has, even though I only play one set? Yes, you will. Hololive has pretty much every shell that you want to play. They're like varying in how like great they are, but they're all like super functional. Like when we say it's like Bang Dream, we mean that like you can really play anything, and get away with it. Like everything's just super solid. You can just play your favorite girls, jam them all in a deck, and as long as you're like you're doing the normal deck building, like you're trying to stick to 2 climax combos, and you're trying to play some good level 0s and stuff like that, you'll be more than fine. And we'll have some decks out on the channel for Hololive. There's a lot.
Yeah, we'll be tacking it, especially once it comes out in English.
Yeah, because I know Tanner and I have played some, but it's all been, because we don't really want to buy the set twice because we're getting it in English. We're only been playing like a couple different builds, so we only really have like some of the more TD focused stuff. But there's a lot of different stuff in the set, and you can definitely get creative and like build some really crazy stuff because the card quality is pretty high, and just build some fun decks. Play those.
Yeah, my gears are turning.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool cards.
You can play gear.
You can play gear.
Oh my god, blue gear.
But with that, we are done. Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz signing off. We'll see you guys in the next one.